Okay, so for today's deep dive, we're getting into a really complex topic.
Hmm.
We're looking at the intersection of the cannabis industry and the very highly regulated world of retirement services.
Two worlds you wouldn't normally put together.
Not at all. And our mission here is to really unpack the sources and understand the unique challenges and the solutions that are emerging for these businesses.
Yeah, and it's fascinating because the core problem is structural. The way these cannabis businesses operate legally in their state, but not federally,
Right.
it just creates these huge bottlenecks for any normal financial service.
Yeah.
And retirement plans are, far from normal.
So what are the specific hurdles we're seeing in the source material?
Well, the biggest one, the one that everything else stems from, is IRC Section 280E.
Okay.
That's the part of the tax code that says businesses dealing in controlled substances can't deduct normal business expenses.
Which is almost everything.
Almost everything. And when you add that to the fact that it's hard to even find a bank, plus high employee turnover, and now states are starting to mandate retirement plans.
It's a compliance tightrope, a perfect storm.
Exactly.
And that IRC 280E issue, that has to be the poison pill for retirement benefits, right?
Yeah.
Because ERISA, the main law for retirement plans, that's a federal law.
That is the million-dollar question. How do you square that circle?
Yeah.
The sources are pretty clear that 280E doesn't just hit operating costs, it slams right into retirement plans. If a cannabis business offers a 401k, the match they contribute.
That's a business expense.
It's a business expense that is suddenly non-deductible. So the cost of offering that benefit just skyrockets. It's unbelievably complex.
So the sources suggest that this environment, this regulatory maze, it basically forced a new kind of entity to be created.
It did. The material points to a firm called Trust Integritas.
And their entire focus is on building these compliant retirement solutions for cannabis businesses.
Right. They're positioned as pioneers, and for a very specific reason.
Which is?
The founders. The firm was apparently started by a team of ERISA, tax, and cannabis lawyers.
Wow, that's a very specific combination.
It's the only combination that works. You absolutely need the ERISA expert for the plan structure and fiduciary duties.
Okay.
You need the tax lawyer to navigate that 280E landmine we just talked about.
And the cannabis lawyer ties it all together with the state-level rules.
That's the trifecta. It lets them act as a trusted plan sponsor, which means they take on a huge chunk of the liability. It simplifies everything for the actual business owner.
So they're not just consultants, they're taking on the risk.
That's a significant amount of it. And to, establish their credibility here, they point to their work with regulators.
What does that mean?
The sources say the team was recruited to speak before the federal government, lawyers, accountants, major institutions.
So they're not just selling a product, they're helping to write the playbook.
They're setting the precedents. There's another example in the materials, a manager named Jewel Lim Esposito.
I saw that.
She's published technical guidance in the field. This shows they're not just reacting to the rules, they're actively shaping the standards that let these companies offer basic benefits.
So when we pull it all together, what's the core takeaway for you, the listener?
I think it's pretty clear.
It seems to be that in these complex, rapidly growing industries, especially ones with federal and state conflicts, the standard financial tools just break. They don't work.
They don't. You need these deeply specialized frameworks just to do something as basic as offering a 401k.
Which brings me to a final thought for you to consider.
Go on.
Well, think about how this need for specialized legal and regulatory expertise in a new market really ends up dictating the financial future of the employees in that market.
That's a powerful point. Their stability depends on this kind of innovation.
Exactly. So what's next? What other new industries, I'm thinking, maybe large-scale carbon capture or even emerging psychedelics, might soon need the same intense level of compliance integration just to manage standard employee benefits?